Hey guys, Nour here, and today I'm answering your questions, so let's hop right in. So I realized there are some new faces around here and wanted to welcome you all. So I decided to do this video where I answer all your questions. They can be writing related, they can be about me, they can be about anything. So I asked you guys to send me all your questions and you delivered. And today I'm answering those questions. But really quick for those visiting my channel for the first time, hi, I'm Nour Zikra. I'm the author of the novel Divinity Falling. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. I put out weekly writing advice videos. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop right in and answer your questions. So the question that I wanted to start off with is the #1 question I get here on YouTube. And that's, why do you keep saying Nour for president at the end of your videos, Nour? Several people have asked me this exact question over the past year, so I figured I should probably answer the question. So the saying Nour for president actually started like 2.5, 3 years ago when I was still creating my channel. And my friend created a poster for me to put in the background of my videos. And on the poster at the bottom, it says Nour for Prez. And she did it because the poster kind of looks like a presidential style poster. And so it became a running joke of like Nour for president. But no, I am not running for president. I don't qualify. And I'm pretty sure I would suck at the job. Okay, next question is, what do you do for inspiration in your writing? So I honestly don't know what I do. I don't have an exact formula. And to be honest, I feel like ideas come to me when they come to me. I don't really try half the time. And if I were to try to get an idea, oftentimes I don't like the idea when I start writing it down. So for example, if I force myself to think of a topic and then I sit down to write, okay, maybe I'll write like a chapter, but then afterwards I'll find that I'm really bored. But the most organic ideas that I have are those that just come to me when I'm literally doing anything. I could be doing laundry or I don't know, some chore around the house, and it'll just pop right in and I get so excited about the story. And those are the best ideas because when I sit down to write, it's like my brain is just passionate about them. Like subconsciously, I just want to write the story. However, I have noticed that I get creative under certain circumstances. For example, if I'm doing something over and over, like washing the dishes, that for some reason it just makes me feel more inspired. I start thinking about things, or I could literally be like doing cross-stitching, which I don't do often, but when I do it, I find myself really inspired because I'm cross-stitching the same thread over and over, and like my brain just kind of gets creative. It just lets the ideas in. All right, so next question. I wish you could talk about how long it should take to plan a book. So I don't have an exact time frame of how long it should take to plan a book, and that's because everybody's writing strategy is different and not everyone has the same schedule. And plus, some people are really slow writers. Like me, I'm a crazy slow writer. I try to be fast, but I honestly find that if I write fast, I don't end up with a good story. It's like I'm just not trying enough. It's a mess. And I know that it's supposed to be like a terrible first draft, but I suck at that. I have to really make sure it's decent, at least like that it's coherent before I continue on to the next chapter. And so if it's like complete garbage, I get stuck. So it takes me so long. And honestly, I don't recommend this for everybody because not everybody should do this. But for me, I like to edit as I go. So I'll write a scene, edit the scene, then write the next scene. Like that's just my method. Divinity Falling took like 2.5 years to write, but I was also, working, I was doing other things. So, it depends on your schedule. There isn't an exact deadline. It's not like you have to finish it in 2 months or 6 months or a year. It's up to you. If you could do it faster, then that's great. If your schedule doesn't allow you to do that, then you don't have to. Is there going to be new books written by you in the future? I definitely hope so. So obviously I'm an author and I've always envisioned myself writing. I even expect myself to write until I'm like old and senile. That's just what I want to do in my life. I want to write until my last breath. However, right now things are kind of crazy in my life. I obviously just got married. I'm still kind of like transitioning between jobs. I'm currently working from home, so it's a little weird in my life, and it hasn't made it easy to write a book right now, especially with this crazy year that we've been in. I just need to find some time to actually like feel in the moment and feel ready to write. I don't like to just hop in when I'm not ready because I've done that in the past. And when I do that, my stories are crap. So I don't like doing that. I just want to prepare and, just have this vision in my head right now and like just enjoy the vision until I'm ready to like fully get immersed in the story. But yeah, definitely, I want to write more books. Hopefully next year, I don't know. Again, I'm a slow writer, so I can't be like, I will publish a book every year. I wish I could promise that, technically I've said that so many times, like I want to write a book every year, but like then I sit down to write and it's like forget it, I'm so slow, I can't really give a hard deadline on things. Favorite mangas of right now. So I actually don't read any mangas, but that's not because like I don't want to, it's just I never got into them. But if anyone has any suggestions of like a favorite manga, I'm willing to read them. However, I do watch more anime than read mangas, so it's similar, you know, I still get the stories. So recently me and Michael watched Full Metal Alchemist, which was awesome. Also, there are some awesome animes on Netflix that we really love watching, and one of them is Devilman Crybaby. I recommend it so much. Just be warned, it's a bit gory. I saw on your website that you are from Aleppo. I'm from Aleppo as well. I was wondering, do you speak Arabic? And do you read books by Arabian authors? Well, first off, that's so awesome that you're from Aleppo as well. For those who don't know, I'm from Aleppo, Syria. And I was actually born in Aleppo and I moved here to the United States in 2004. So I do speak Arabic and I do read Arabic, but you know, I left when I was 11 and I didn't really read past that age. So I forgot a lot of things. I still speak it and I can still read, but it just takes me longer to read a book. I actually do own some Arabic books. Well, this one is Mark Twain translated into Arabic. The amount of time it takes me to get through a scene, I would be so tired that I wouldn't really enjoy the experience, so I tend to not read Arabic. However, when I was in Syria, I used to read a lot of Arabic books because back then I used to actually read a lot and be faster in the language. One of my favorite books in Arabic is 1001 Nights, which is also translated to English. And funny enough, that's where they got the story Aladdin from. I noticed you have an All Might Funko Pop on your bookshelf sometimes. Do you watch anime? If so, which ones? Let me find the Funko Pop. I know I have it somewhere here. So I kind of answered this question earlier. Yes, I do watch anime, mostly with Michael because he loves anime and he got me into it. So yeah, we obviously watch My Hero Academia. We also watched Attack on Titan and Sword Art Online and a bunch of others that I can't really remember right now. When and what makes you want to write your story? If you're a self-published author, then are there any tips on how to market your story? Example, social media like Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. So like I talked about earlier, I don't have any concrete like things that make me want to write. It just, the idea pops into my head and I just start writing when I feel like it. As for self-publishing, how to market your story, I definitely encourage you to definitely either have a blog or not necessarily YouTube, but you can have YouTube. It works for me. But you could also just have a regular social media platform like Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Honestly, personally, I enjoy using Instagram the most. When I'm writing a book, I love sharing a little bit of like the book details on my social media. So images are perfect and that makes Instagram my perfect platform for that. YouTube is really great as well because I could just talk to you guys. But if you don't feel comfortable by talking in front of a camera, or if you don't feel like trying that hard, you don't have to do YouTube. I find it good. Others might prefer like a physical blog. Just being present on social media, no matter where you are, as long as you're doing something to show that you're present, usually really helps. Editors, agents, and publishers in general really love Twitter. They're almost all of them are on Twitter right now. So if you like Twitter, that's a great place to be as well. But yeah, just be present on social media. It doesn't have to be a specific place. It doesn't even have to be all the social media platforms. Just pick one or two that you're comfortable with and just be there. And don't try too hard to like market yourself. Don't be like, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, because then people will tune you out. So instead, just, you know, share things about your book, but also be present for other people. Talk to other writers, meet other writers, just make friends. That's what it's all about. And trust me, when you're there for other writers, they'll be there for you and they'll want to promote your book. Other than Skylar, which is my turtle for those who don't know, do you have any other pets? Do you subscribe? Oh, so okay, this is 3 questions. Do you subscribe to any sort of religion, and why do you sign off with Nour for President? So I already answered the Nour for President question, so I'll just answer the other 2. So I only have Skylar as my pet right now, but me and Michael really want to adopt a dog. We're just waiting until the right moment, but we definitely want to get a little pupper. As for religion, I am Catholic. I know this question is really random, but what products do you use for your hair? I think your hair is really pretty and I have curly hair too. Aw, thank you. So I did bring my hair products with me because of this question. These are the 2 things I use on my hair, and these are the only 2 things I use on my hair other than shampoo. So my shampoo is the L'Oreal Everpure, the brand that doesn't have any sulfates in it. So it's not the regular L'Oreal, it's the specific ones that don't have sulfates, parabens, all that stuff. So I use those. I tend to switch between shampoos, so I'll go from the moisture one to the volume one, just to kind of mix up things. And then when I get out of the shower, these are my two besties right here. So I get the, I think it's called Divines, I don't know how you say it, but the curl controller and then curl primer. Technically, you spray the curl primer first, then you put in the curl controller. My hair is generally good. This just kind of helps with the frizz because I live in Florida and it's really frizzy here, really humid, creates frizz. So I use those two things. Hair is great. I hope that answers your hair questions. And last question of today. This may sound dumb, but why do you write stories? It's not dumb. I've always loved storytelling. Even before I knew how to write, when I was really little, I would just kind of like pretend I'm in like this other world, and I would just, you know, role play as this like princess or whatever, or captain. I don't know. I would just role play all day, and you know, I just loved being creative and just being somebody else and pretending I'm elsewhere. So it kind of like, when I started writing, it transformed into my passion of storytelling, but now I do it on paper. So yeah, that's why I do it. I love storytelling. So yeah, those are all your questions answered. And if I didn't answer any of your questions today, make sure you send them my way and I'll be sure to answer them in the near future. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I put out weekly writing advice videos that will take your story to the next level. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media to see what I'm up to from day to day and to chat with me. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne and Lori B from my shout out tier over on Patreon, as well as all my amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And remember, Nour for president!